Welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's Sofar Sounds. My name is Dzidzor. I am an African folklore performing artist, and I am just here to entertain you, to build with you, to breathe with you. I've been in a really interesting space, exploring freedom through my own voice, through my own body, and I'm hoping that this will be able to be a space where we both explore it together. So hello to everyone. Everyone put where you're from, where you're coming from. When I say that, you could put the city, state, the room, because that's also important, especially during these pandemic times. But definitely just put where you're coming from and how you're feeling. And so if we can just kind of take a second to sit with ourselves, getting into a comfortable position. And once we get into a comfortable position, I'll tell you the next steps. So we'll get into a comfortable position. If you can, hello everyone. If you can, close your eyes for a few, if you feel comfortable in doing that. Hey Grace, hailing from your kitchen. So close your eyes. And so what I'm asking you guys to do is just kind of enter into a place in which you leave your mind behind you. So drop whatever is on your mind, whatever you expect of yourself, your limitation, the future, whatever it may be. I ask that you kind of leave it behind for you just for a moment. We're going to just drop everything from our mind for a moment. And what this space and freedom requires of you is completely nothing. It does ask that you bring nothing, that you clear yourself, you empty yourself, so all you are presenting to me is nothing. So in this very moment, I ask that you get into a comfortable position, sitting with your eyes closed or open, however you feel comfortable. But when you come into this room, this imaginary room, all you are offering me is nothing. And here I am offering you nothing as well. Try to leave all of the things that you expect of yourself, your failure, all of it. We're leaving that at the door. And so what I'll ask you to do is take a deep breath in through your nose, release it through your mouth, and we're going to do that a couple of times. Once again, today you are offering me nothing, and nothing I will receive. That this experience, this room of freedom that we are experiencing has no limitations of ourselves. That our only responsibility when you enter into this room, this invitation that I ask of you, is that you're completely yourself, that you're just being, whatever that may look like to you. So if you're a sister, a mom, a father, a brother, we're leaving that behind just for a moment. And all we're doing right now in this very moment is just being. And I don't know if that's freeing or if that's challenging. Depends on where you are. However, all you have to do is accept this invitation. So I want us to take a deep breath in and release it. Take a deep breath in. breathe. All this moment requires of you is just to breathe, honey. Silly child. The very thing that keeps you alive, you often forget to just take a second and just breathe. Remove every limitation that you have of yourselves, even others' limitation that you shouldn't have, but you do anyways. Remove yourself of them. All of the failures that you couldn't forgive of yourself, honey, in this very moment, release yourself from them. Oh, I hear them loudly. Those doubts, those fears, the ugliness that we sometimes listen to. Release yourself of them just for a moment. All this moment requires of you is just to breathe, honey. All this moment requires of you is just to breathe, my child. Oh, this very same thing that keeps you alive, you forget to do. Oh, honey, breathe. Oh, they demand that you be good at all of these things, that you attach yourself, honey. Breathe. Just for a moment, release yourself of these expectations that you demand of yourself, honey. Just breathe. Wow. If only you recognize the beauty of the body that you are in. At moments, forgets that you love it. Temporarily it will stay, but just listen to it. For it holds the answers that you are searching deeply for. Breathe, honey. Breathe, honey. Just to breathe. Oh, honey. Just breathe. Wow. Look at you. Don't you need these moments to be still? Oh, those thoughts, those things that are coming up, they're distractions, honey. I know them too well. And those, honey, they try to take me off track. Trust me, I've been there a couple of times. But in those moments, you don't ask it, you don't judge it, you don't critique it. What you do is say thank you. Oh, you think I'm playing, don't you? What you do is say thank you for showing up. But this moment, I release you, whatever that may look like for me in the moment. This moment is just about me, being with my own body. Thank you for popping up, distraction. Up, there goes doubt and fear again. There goes confusion. But guess what? We thank it. We don't just say, hey, I don't want you here, because it belongs there. But sometimes we just gotta thank it and love it. And maybe that beast that we so just sincerely are against turns into a beautiful creature again. Because maybe all it wants to do is just to be loved. And I'm sorry to tell you that. Maybe you have to love it. Maybe you have to love that fear, that doubt. But I'm no preacher. I'm just human. And I only tell you what I experience. Because I desperately want you to be free. Free of your own mind. Although it's attached to our bodies sometimes, it travels places that we don't want to go. But I want to see you free, honey. Desperately. Because I know what it means to be chained by my own past with a future I desire. But what does it mean to be here? To be empty? Offer me completely nothing. Not even a yes or a no, just nothing. That's all I need. Maybe that's all you need. message in the song? I don't think you do. Free. Do you hear it? Free. Free yourself of me, free yourself of me, free yourself, free of me, free yourself, free of me, free yourself, free of me, free yourself. Take a deep breath in. The invitation still stands. I invite you to experience this full spectrum of freedom. Even if it's just for a moment, I invite you to just come and experience that with me. It is time. 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 Time to get uncomfortable. Time to get uncomfortable. Time to get uncomfortable. 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 Time to get uncomfortable. Yeah, time to get uncomfortable. Time to get uncomfortable. 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 Say it. Time to get uncomfortable. Louder. Time to get uncomfortable. Yeah, time to get uncomfortable. 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 Wake up, you've been sleeping too long. How long? Your dreams got to alarm you. This is soul food for you to consume. If you don't like your job, hold up now, quit it, yeah. Build you, build you, build you, build you. Your dreams are at faith length, one breath at a time. If you need it, here it is, y'all. Here is the sign. Water, you don't step on your vine. Don't sleep on your vine. Don't step on your vine. Come on, yeah. Time to get uncomfortable. Yeah, time to get uncomfortable. Time to get uncomfortable. 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 Come on, time to get uncomfortable. Louder. Time to get uncomfortable. Yeah, time to get uncomfortable. 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 Now, I know you're in your rooms, and some of you guys may be doing work or maybe taking a break at work, but at this moment, I challenge you, in this very moment, to just get up, or if you are not able to get up, just say it loud within your chest. And I want you to yell these words for me, even if you don't understand what they mean in this very moment. Say, time to get uncomfortable. Time to get uncomfortable. Yeah, time to get uncomfortable. 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 Say, time to get uncomfortable. Time to get uncomfortable. Yeah, time to get uncomfortable. 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 don't you just love and hate that about being human? It's just like there are moments where you are very uncomfortable in your own life. And those moments are either to stretch you or to take you back to square one. But most of the times you have to choose. And what I don't like about being in uncomfortable moments is that most of those times it's things that I'm not used to doing. You know, I love being in uncomfortable moments in ways that I can maneuver and get through, but moments that I'm completely lost. I find that those are the moments that are either teaching me something, and I have to really embrace and go through those uncomfortable moments, because most of those things are teaching me a lesson and pushing me and refining me. But most of the moments that I try to avoid, but try not to, because we're all on this growth thing here. It's all about being a human. And so this next words that I want to leave you with is called Hum. And this is one of my favorite songs on this project that I released in April, an EP 15-minute meditation project, a sonic meditation. And this one was inspired by mothers in the church. There's something beautiful, especially in a Southern church, when grandmothers would get the mic, or older people, or the elders as we call them, when they would get the mic and they would sing into the mic, usually their testimonies always started with a song. Most of the times they would not know the words. You know, they would know the words to the first verse or maybe the chorus, but there was something special that happened if they didn't know the words, because they wouldn't stop and they wouldn't act like they didn't know the words. They would just hum it. And there was something so powerful about humming, because it's as if we all in unison understood the language. Even if we did know the words, we weren't trying to sing the song out loud. We would just hum with the mother. And so this next song that I have on the project featuring Zami Ma, but today is featuring my looper, is called Hum. So I invite you to freedom in listening to this project. If your body decides at any given moment to move, allow it. If your voice needs to say something or yell something at any given moment, please release it. But with no judgment and no criticism, here we go. Sometimes if we don't know the words, we hum. Sometimes if we don't know the words, we hum. Sometimes if we don't know the words, we Sometimes if we don't know the way, sometimes if we don't know the way, we hum. My Coco come tell me that my cousin just drowned. My Coco come tell me that my cousin just passed away. She tells me that I must not say a word to his mother, my auntie. Tells me that because she is pregnant, we don't know what may happen to the baby. But morning come, and nighttime go, My Coco is getting dressed for the funeral. She tells me I cannot come. Tells me that I must stay to console my auntie. And I look at her with confusion and I ask her why a mother isn't attending her own child's funeral, and she looks at me and she says, in our culture, a pregnant mother isn't allowed to attend a funeral, and because I overthink, I begin to look at her with confusion and still overthink. And I realize, started to think about when we are pregnant with dreams, how we must be very protective to those things, how we must not hang around dead places or dead things or dead people, how we must be very protective to the seed that has been blessed within us. Sometimes when we don't know, sometimes when we don't know the way, sometimes when we don't know the way. Man gets cuffed. Man gets wrestled to the floor. Man gets wrestled some more. Man gets wrestled some more. Man yells, you're hurting me. But man gets wrestled by more mans. Man gets wrestled by more mans. Man yells, you're hurting me. Then man yells, he yells louder. Then he yells, you're treating me like fucking black people. Everyone stares. And everyone scrolls. Everyone stares. Everyone scrolls. And they still haven't arrested Breonna Taylor's the police officer. Her killers. Sometimes when we don't know the word, sometimes we hum, sometimes we hum. World goes round, world goes round and round and round. People go round with the world because that's what they were born into, I guess. Then suddenly, people get sick. The world keeps going round. It does not slow down to check on people. World does not know that people cannot operate off of spin, but here goes the world going round and spinning, round and spinning, round and spinning. World keeps going. World keeps spinning. World keeps spinning. Then people yell, stop! Then world stops for a second. It doesn't check on people, but it stops. Then world turns. People turn with it. People still sick, but world just keeps turning. World is trying to spin again, but people can't operate off spin. Sometimes when we don't know the words, sometimes when we don't know the words, can you hum with me? I'm jealous of the way the flowers grow. Even though hands still they shine, just happen to know the key in life is to be still, and also to know the art of opening up is to learn to let go. 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 Learn to let go. Let go. Learn to let go. Let go. Yeah. Learn to let go. Let go. Yeah. Learn to let go. Let go. Yeah. Learn to let go. Let go. Let it go. Yeah. Learn to let go. Let it go. Yeah. Learn to let go. Let it go. Let go. Learn to let My house did not become a home, my body did. And I find it hard to deny rent to demons when they are willing to pay 3 months in advance. Yet my home needs a renovation. It has the least the size of God's tears. Until I evict my renters, my home will always, always be for sale. My body doesn't know death as its own. It only operates as much as its soul requires. You would think after becoming earth and transforming into trees that it will understand the beauty of letting go, but it doesn't. It holds your soil so. It holds your soil so. It holds your soil so. This body that we live in, oh, this body that we live in don't last long. This body that we live in don't last long, no. Oh, let it go, yes. Learn to let it go, learn to let go. All of your fears, learn to let go, let it go. All of your doubt, honey, learn to let go, let it go. All the expectations, limitations you have in yourself, let it go, let it go. All of those failures, let it go, yeah. And now put your whatever you want in this purse, let it go, let it go. All of the things that you thought you failed as a human, overthinking about all the things, learn to let go. I'll say jealousy, I put jealousy in there, learn to let. I put comparison in there because we all deal with that, come on now. Learn to let go, let it go. All of your failures, my child, learn to let go, let it go. Oh, the heaviness, learn to let go. Ways of oppressional thinking, come on y'all, learn to let go, let it go. All of the ways we told ourselves that we have to stay happy, all of the ways that we told ourselves is normal, come on, yeah. Learn to let go, let it go. 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 What I found about learning to let go of things, you always come back to freedom. I think most of us, when we think of freedom of maybe a field, and we're running towards that field. And maybe that is the case. Maybe that's what freedom is and will forever be. But there's also freedom of the things that we require of ourselves, the things that we demand of ourselves. There's freedom from those things. There's freedom from all of these mental thoughts that we think about often. There is freedom in that we can experience every day, and we don't have to have access to fields, maybe fields in our minds, but we could live this freedom and this liberated concept, this liberated mindset, this practice of liberation that we choose to live every day requires that we constantly disrupt, that we constantly tear down these limitations that we have, these systems that we have. I'm talking physical, and I'm talking mental as well. And all of these things that we're constantly living, that we've convinced ourselves that it's completely normal, we have to tear all of that down. And so I was watching this Nelson Mandela movie, and in the Nelson Mandela movie, they said this part, and I really want to sing this part if I can with you guys. And then we'll just keep going from there. Beautiful. So it goes, freedom is in my hands. And y'all sing with me in your room. Say, freedom is in my hands. Come on, Nick, come on. Freedom is in my hands. Yes, sir. Come on. Freedom is in my hands. Now, if you went to church, they'll do a little claps. Come on. Freedom is in my hands. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Freedom is in my hands. Let's sing it. Freedom is in my hands. I changed the tone on myself. Freedom is in my hands. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. 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 Come on, say. Do 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 do. In your room, come on, say. Do 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 do. Yeah, snap with me. If you could move around, move around. If you could move around, move around. Yeah. If you could head now, head now. Come. You could head now. If you could move your booty, move it up around. And if you yeah. All right, come on, choir. We know the words. Here we go. Say, freedom is in my hands. 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 Say, freedom, 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 I need a freedom. Got to have it at freedom. I need freedom. 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 Said freedom. So if you're in the chat box right now, I want you to write your own definition of what freedom is. Let's see if we can make this a community song, shall we? So go ahead. I need you to put your freedom definition in the chat box. Put it in the chat box. Put your own definition of freedom in the chat box. Come on, don't leave me out here by myself. Put your definition of freedom. Let's make this a community song, shall we? Let's end this out with a powerful note, knowing that freedom is what we choose, that we choose it. Because we choose it, we get to live it. That this radical imagination of this new world that we are all imagining is our image. Freedom, 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 freedom. All right, I got resistance. Come on, give me that freedom. Give me that freedom. Give me that freedom. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that freedom. Tell yourself that you love. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love. Tell it. Tell it. Tell yourself that you're worth. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Tell it. Tell it. Tell yourself that you're worth. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Say it. Tell it. Tell it. Tell yourself that you're worth it. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Say it. Tell it. Tell it. Said if you love yourself, clap your hands. Said if you love yourself, clap your hands. If you love yourself and you know your worth, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Said if you love yourself, clap your hands. Said if you love yourself, clap your hands. Said if you love yourself and you know your worth, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Tell yourself that you're worth. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Say it. Tell it. Tell it. Freedom. Freedom means resistance. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom means resistance. Say it. Freedom. Freedom is that peace of mind. Freedom is that peace in my heart. Freedom is that peace in my gut. Say freedom. Hey, freedom means that I got that joy. Say I got that joy. Freedom means that I got that joy, and you can't take it from me. Say it. Freedom. Freedom. Tell yourself that you're worth it. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Say it. Tell it. I think Nina Simone says, freedom is that there is no fear. Freedom is that there is no fear. Freedom is that there is no fear. Freedom. Tell yourself that you're worth it. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Say it. Freedom. Okay, last time, y'all. Clap your hands if you love yourself. Clap your hands if you love yourself. Clap your hands if you love yourself. Come on, clap. Tell yourself that you're worth it. Say it. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Say it. Tell it. Tell yourself that you're worth it. Say it. Tell yourself that you are. Tell yourself that you love you. Say it. Freedom. Thank you so much for enjoying this Saturday afternoon with me. Y'all, I desperately am sure and know that this liberation that we are claiming, that we are defining, that we are redefining, reimagining, that we are going to live that. And we own it because we choose it. And I challenge you guys to explore within your own self, your own resistance towards this new reimagination, and really have conversations with yourself. And so I challenge you to invite freedom into your daily life every single day. And thank you so much for spending this last couple of minutes with me on this Monday afternoon. And I pray that your week is just an amazing week, and it's full of joy, it's full of peace, it's full of freedom. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Please follow me. Check out my new project called Bushwoman, which was out in April. You can check it out on all streaming platforms. Y'all be blessed. Stay blessed. Peace. And as always, you choose freedom. Thank you. Thank you to Sofar Sounds for having me here. I appreciate you guys.